Hello there! Welcome to Bead with me. I'm Kay, your host from Fantastic Stars Beads. This show is a little show for inspiration, motivation, and whatever is trending here in the bead life here at Stars Beads. So if you are new, welcome. If you're catching this on a replay, please say hello. You know I always love knowing where you're coming in from, how you found me, what you like to play with, and of course you know how your week is going. It is hump day here. We are having a good Wednesday. I'm feeling pretty good on how things are rolling for the week, and you know, it's also my favorite day of the week to see your bead life. So if you're not part of our Star Special Stash group, you can head on over there and share your wear. You know, my favorite day of the week, what's on your wrist Wednesday, what's on your workspace, and what you're working on wherever you may be in the process, and joining the community with the same addiction. I always love seeing all of the beady treasures that when they arrive to you. I love seeing what you guys are working on, how you organize. If you have questions, that's the place to bead, you know. So I hope everyone is having a good week as we are hopping on. I'm popping in kind of quick. I have a bead party tonight with Sarah Ayler over at Softflex. So I'm going to be super excited to be joining her there as we play around with some of the rainbow stuff. I'm going to do that fun rainbow project, and who knows, you know, I'll probably scoot in something else. And I actually wanted to do a quick little project, see if we could bead it out and see how it turns out. I was just thinking it in my head, and I want to see if maybe it'll work out. I don't know. I'm really loving these Druzys, and if you didn't catch Monday's feed, we have a whole bunch of new goodies. So if you want to kind of get an idea for our Sip and Shop event that happens on Fridays at 8 p.m., you can check out Monday's feed and see a table scan of all the gorgeous items. We had 2 major box openings, as well as a showing of all beautiful things that are hitting our online shop on beadoria.com. So let's see, I think you can check that out there. So if you want that rainbow kit, you can also get one coming to you. That will be kind of the beads that I'll be using for the Softflex party here this evening, and as well as all the beautiful goodness of those gorgeous hematite beads that we were showing off up close and personal. We got crowns, we got stars, we've got all sorts of cool shapes, and all of your everyday shapes too. And the thing I love about that hematite is if you're not into metals, it has that metal color. It holds that metal color probably longer than the metal. So those are great spacers, and kind of the no-brainer, gotta have stash of stuff. So I pulled some of the Druzys. So on Monday we had made these really cute earrings with this combination of Druzys and those buttons made out of coconut shells. Those were really pretty. Let's see, am I missing? I don't know if Facebook is working today. I'm not seeing, let's see some hearts, some thumbs up, and some comments, because the show is made for you. So I know that you're out there. You never know when the system is working. We've had a pretty cloudy day. It's been raining a lot, and it's much needed here in the Myrtle Beach area. So I hope you guys are having good weather as we get further into summer. This is kind of like, I feel like kind of a sad time during summer, because like the days are getting longer, and then my son's birthday is happening, but like right here in this week, then we get to the longest day of the year, and then it becomes all shorter. But I am loving the sun. We got a beautiful beach day on Father's Day weekend here, so I got a little bit of sun. I think I even got myself a little tan line. Oh, I did get a little tan line. But I wanted to kind of see if I could make this pendant really quick. I'm going to be playing all day and having all sorts of beady breaks, so I'm going to see if you guys want to play a little bit. See what's on my table. We'll do a quick little scan, and and chat a little bit, get our little beading break. That's what we're here on Bead With Me for. I'm kind of showing how the things that I've been showing you, how they can work, how you can create things with them. And then if you have any questions, which I'm not sure that I can see any questions today for some reason. That's how it's going. I'm actually not even seeing that anybody's here. Great. So maybe I'm having a beading break by myself. That's all right. I'm hoping that we'll catch it on the replay. Facebook can be finicky, but we're not doing 4 takes today. You know, we're doing 1 and done. So let's get started. Throw them in. Still, if you have questions, go ahead and throw them into the feed, because I still catch the comments here a little bit later. Okay, so let's play a little bit. We'll get started because I've got a tight schedule here today. I've been getting ready for a birthday party for a 9-year-old. So getting ready to have a house full of kids to add to my circus of animals. So why not? All right, so on Monday we had shown off a whole lot of beautiful things in terms of those Druzys. You can see I love Druzy. I found my Druzy rings, and I can't get enough. Here's what's on my wrist today. I did some of our shell pearls, and some of our little kits from Beadoria. These are actually mostly all kits from Beadoria. You can grab those right on our website. All right, let's move on over here, maybe onto what's on Kay's table. So I've just got a whole bunch of things we had talked about. I'm going to link the video on making these, because we were talking about rings on Monday. This was some organized chaos, and you can get the rings. I'll probably make those available maybe on part of Friday's live. And then I was kind of pulling out these oldies because I was looking at, look at these. All right. Well, I was going to get a vote, but I can't see anybody's comments, so I guess I'm just going to have to choose. But we had blue and rainbow coin. Well, there were more colors of coins, but these are the ones I thought might look nice with some of these rainbow hematites. Now, we've got the silver and gold in all of these shapes as well, but I'm trying to see maybe if we can fit some beads along this style pendant. I wanted to kind of make maybe a kind of a combination of both of these combined, and see how it turns out. So I'm going to be really playing with a lot of craft wire, because I love soft flex craft wire. I'm going to use a 20 gauge and a 24 gauge here today. I'm going to use silver, and I'm using the last bit. That shows how much you know I love my silver. So first thing you want to do is work harden your wire a little bit. You can just grab some nylon jaws. You could technically hammer it a little bit, and get this little stiffened up. And I wanted you guys to choose, should I use rainbow or should I use blue? I was kind of feeling like I could use you know, a blue to make a matching pendant. And then I was kind of looking to see if I could figure out how to get that in there, wire that baby in there. We got these are buttons, and I thought that would look good in there. Right? What do you guys think? You guys think you would like that? I don't even see any hearts or anything. Maybe there's nobody out there to give me any. That's sad. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Maybe I'm not as cool as I like to think I am. Trying to just be a cool mom. All right, let's get started. Let's play around a little bit, and I'm gonna go with rainbow, I guess. I'm just liking this rainbow. One of the things I wanted to do was see if these would fit on. I really like these little cubies. Look at those. I mean, I like them all. I mean, there's a lot of great ones that we added to the site in the rainbow. Some different. Let's see. so you get to see some of them from Monday, but here's some of my favorites that I was pulling of all the rainbows. Look at those crowns. You know, I really like these. Now we have them in silver and gold as well. Kind of add a little interest to your designs, not your standard rounds or rondelles, you know, but can certainly take the place of them. So a little bit bigger than I wanted, I think, for what I want to try to do, and we'll see if it works. I don't know. I just was imagining it in my brain. So the idea is that this has to fit on a 20 gauge wire though in order for the idea to work. So we're going to start off with, I'm just picking off the bottom one. Nothing, you know, I think they're all pretty. So, and you can see that this one isn't exactly, you can see all the rainbow, and it's not flat on top. It's got like a Grand Canyon in there, but good size hole at least to get us started. And I think I have just enough wire. I just pulled this off. I think I have about maybe, what happened to my ruler here? Took it somewhere. But I have probably about a foot here, maybe a little bit more. But what we're going to do is we're going to just string this on here. Maybe. Where's my string? Where did I set that to? There it is. Kind of when you get to the end of the spool, sometimes there. We'll get this nice and warmed up here. All right, well, I'll try that again here. You can see these have decent sized holes and some thickness. So if you're a seed beater, these would work well. Oh, is this not? Oh. Sometimes it happens. This side was not drilled as largely as that side for whatever reason. All right, I'm going to the center of my piece here, and I want to kind of cross the wires. So I'm going to go up in the same direction and come around and kind of follow the curve of this. I'm not looking for total perfection. Now on one of them, I want to take some of this 24 gauge wire and add a little spiral to it. So I'm just going to start here. Hopefully we have enough wire here. So in terms of the 20 gauge, I oftentimes like to have a lot of extra just because you never know what you're going to do at the top. But right now I'm just going to literally spiral a section. And ideally, I kind of want it to go a good portion around this coin. So we're just going to coil this quickly. Move that other one out of the way, but you can see I'm just coiling right down. I might even do some on this side, so use up more of this wire. I think this adds a little bit of interest. You could certainly put beads on here too, but I'm going to do a coil. Let's see. We'll make the outside look a little bit thicker, like it cages the this druzy. And I'm just going to spiral till this I'm out of wire. I literally cut a random amount. I just pulled a little bit off. Probably could have pulled some more off. Let's see. May then use up every bit of this other side too. So I probably have a little over an inch spiraled, but I was kind of looking for it to go a good portion around the outside of this. I'm going to just tuck this all the way around. Don't even have to cut. Alright, so now I'm going to slide this down a little bit. So now you can see kind of want this to kind of come into the front. So I'm going to maybe do an overlap of this. See how that looks? So maybe I'll string it so we'll get it to come along that top side. Like a little free form, you don't have to have, you know, rocket science here completely. I like it on the bottom side though. Alright, string it a little further down before I get too far. And then coming around the top. Now if I had more of it, okay. And you can get crazy on here, but I'm gonna try not to. Alright, so I'm kinda going till these meet again. And I don't mind this kind of like a half moon. Like I said, just gives it a little bit of interest around it. You could certainly add beads onto it. But we're pulling this. I'm holding the druzy so I can hold this tight. So I'm going to get back up here to the top of this here. And I'm going to kind of bend it right where that hole is. So we're going to kind of cinch this together. Okay. So now we've got something that looks a little bit like this. You can certainly take your pliers to help make this a little bit of a sharper bend, and then straightening out your wires. Ideally, we want these to be parallel. The most important is that hit at the top or at the bottom right here, at the top of the druzy. And then kind of straighten them out with my fingers together. Alright, how's that looking? Alright, let's take some more 24 gauge. This time I'm going to take a little bit more, but that's probably about 1.5 feet. It was literally the end of my spool. Soft wax, I need some more. Get some more from the website. Alright, so this is kind of what we're looking at right now. And let's see, I'm going to try, should I try bigger ones? I really like those cubes, but I think these might show up a little bit better. I was going to let you choose, but I can't let you choose because I can't even see any comments today. How kind is that? Alright, go with my like standard rondelle. I really like these squares, and I like these like kind of cuboids like we have in crystals. That those could have been fun too. Maybe I'll try those. I really like these. I'm afraid that this might not fit a 20 gauge though. I think that's a little tight. But we're we're not going to find out. So this is kind of why we test the holes. All right, let's start with kind of the one I was hoping for and see. But I think that it's going to be little. Oh, look at that. That teeny tiny does fit a 20 gauge. Now you know. Now I'm pretty sure these will all fit a 20 gauge if that fits a 20 gauge. All right. Idea is I'm thinking about wrapping. Let me straighten this wire a little bit. You could use 26 gauge. I'm using 24. It's a little bit thicker, so then maybe do a little less wrapping. Okay, so we're going to just try to hold these in place as we start with a simple wire weave. You know, I like to kind of do a little simple one. We're going to hook these together and probably slide it down some. Okay, to really hold it in place. What you can do is also take your chain nose pliers, and it's slid off here. Just stringing that back on here. It was a little too strong there. Okay, so we're going to cinch that kind of in place here. And kind of pull from both ends. And you can also even squish a little bit, but it's gonna get better as we go here. So I'm gonna start off with 2, and I tend to like to do 2 wraps on both, and then we'll do, if you're new to the wire weaving, a slightly thinner gauge is helpful. You don't have to have them too tight because we gotta be able to fit this in between also. Okay. And we're gonna be fitting a bead too. So we're gonna see if maybe we can fit the bead over on the other side. Let's see how that looks. Maybe. Just tried one, but maybe that end is not cut really. Maybe we have to have an exact. There we go. And I want to see if maybe we could add some beads to that. So you're going to need to be a little bit wider. So sometimes it starts a little funky at the base as you're getting. So right now I'm trying to just see how many wraps it'll take to get past this bead to do the double wrap again. Okay. So you can see how much space we needed in between there. But we're not going to see that space. We're just going to cover it up. And see how that sits there. Okay. And then let's move it to the other side. So instead of going to the back to that base one, we're going to kind of add a bead on every other one and see how it looks. These little hematites. I'm not sure if all the holes are drilled equally there. That was an easier one. I feel like it takes maybe 3 wraps. I feel like, how many licks does it take to get to the... Anybody remember that? Alright, so you can see I'm doing 3. And then I'm doing 2 with both. See how this looks. Okay. And then we're back to the other side. So this one takes a little bit more thinking so that you're wrapping on the right side. We kind of know it takes 3, right? So we're gonna go, I'm gonna go ahead and do 3. And then add a bead. Should be a little bit further so we can see now. Certainly use a bigger bead too, but I like these little ones. They're probably about almost say 2 millimeter. So to fit a 20 gauge is pretty. I'm trying to go with the ones that are easiest just to. Now I see, look at that. And this is why it's hard to have nails. You guys ever do this? I'm just gonna cut my nail. Sorry, I didn't mean to kind of do this during this segment. Did I do 3 on there? All right. So we're seeing if this works. Now I'm seeing that not all of them can fit a 20 gauge maybe. Or if I have to put it like dead on, you gotta put it dead on. Like it does fit. But it kind of doesn't want to. But it looks so good. I'm just adding that little extra rainbow sparkle. And the beauty is this design, you don't have to do very many of them. But I'm liking, you guys like the way that's coming out? Of course, if we did a longer one, you would be wrapping a little bit more. Then we're going to go back to this top one. Could do all the same side. Doesn't take nearly as long to wrap it as it does getting a bead on there. We'll let that one, we got lucky. And because it has to be like so exact, you can't even have a little kink in your wire here. To get it down that far. Straightening out the wire some. There we go. That did the trick. Alright, so then we're doing 3 and going back to the 2 where you wrap both of them together. I mean, again, you don't have to do a whole section. I have more than enough of this 24 gauge If you're using 26 gauge, you may have to wrap a little bit more times because the gauge is not as thick, which is okay too. It just depends on how tiny you want to work. Well, that's looking kind of cool. All right, 3 times around. Let's see if we can. Oh, I did it on the same side there. All right, let's back this up. It's doable. At least I hadn't put a bead on there yet. Wrap it on this bottom one. The kinks are still okay in there. Couldn't even tell, right? Just a little patience. Like I said, 26 gauge probably be a little easier if you're new to kind of this wire weave. Straighten this wire before I decide to put this bead on there. But that helps a major bit. Split the wires a little bit so it's easier to string that into place, and we'll be able to kind of adjust this a little bit. Holding on to the top of the wire as I kind of push this into place. Doesn't want to go down as far as I'd like it to. On it. I'm using some chain nose to try to straighten it out here. There we go. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. Alright? Alright. We did 5. Let's stop the struggle. The struggle is real. Alright, let's do a double wrap here, and then let's maybe do just a little bit where they're gonna be wired. Should we go back to that wrap? So we'll do 2. I'm gonna do 2. And now this is gonna cinch these wires together without a bead, so we can make a little bail. This one I'm going to try doing in the same pattern, so we're going to switch sides. It does tighten that space up. And we might get particular when we are looking at it, but this part's going to be pretty covered, but you still want it to look tight. So So we did 2 down here, 2 together, 2 on top, 2 together, and then 2 on the bottom again. Okay, and again, I don't want to, but you can kind of see how it's giving it that hourglass kind of feel as it brings your wires together a little tighter since there's no bead. Okay. Alright, since I know I don't have a whole ton of wire left, I don't need it to go. This is extra down here. And that's how we're looking so far. So maybe do one more. On the single. Kind of like ending on the single because I can cut the wire so it doesn't usually get snagged. Alright, I have a little wire left over. Leave that in the back side, kind of cut and tuck. Alright, that's looking cute. Now this is where you can take a round nose plier, a bail making plier, a Sharpie, a pencil, whatever you might have handy. Alright, and we're going to bend it over. Now I'm going to bend it to the front and keep most of this. You want this to kind of look like it's part of the bail. So we could have wire wrapped a little bit more. You could just, I'm going to go right above where the beads are and swing this around. Adjust it a little bit. Okay. I'm busy making the bail. I think I want it a little higher. So I'm gonna bend that a little bit more. Okay. Take both of these and bring it around. And then we have perfect little tails if you ask me. So let's finish this one in the back, and then I'm going to spiral this one. And this again is freeform, so you can certainly do other things with this extra piece. You could just wire around the back if you want to, if you don't want to have a little spiral doodad, but I tend to like a little spiral doodad. So we're gonna take that in and get to spiraling. See where it lands, if you like where it lands. I like it with the little beads there. Gives it a little added flair. This other one, I'm going to see. I can just tuck it in right here. I think we're going to clip it though. And get it wired down. Into the back and tuck it down and do the little finishing wobbles and wiggles and seeing how that looks. There we go. All right, using some Druzys, using some hematites and some gauges of wire to make yourself a little pendant, all colorful and rainbow. All right, hope you guys liked today's little bead with me real quick and trying it out. So if you guys like today's episode, you guys know what to do. If you could put some hearts, some thumbs up, and a share. I'm hoping that Facebook catches it. We'll see. All right, here it is from afar so you can see how that will end up looking onto whatever piece. So you could certainly make it shorter, can make it longer and have more fancy bail on there, but I really like adding the little spiral on there and the curlies up here, the beads on top, and the little coil around it as well. And of course you could certainly have done it further around, but not bad. All right, fabulous, fabulous. Have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. I'll be popping back on. We'll share it over to this feed. So it will be going live on the Softflex channel. And then I'll share it over here so that you can also catch our beading party. It is going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just a couple hours, get a little bit of more cleaning and decorating, and then we'll be back at it for another little beading party. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good rest of your couple hours, and see you again soon. Okay? Thanks so much. If you don't catch that beading party, don't forget we have our live Sip and Shop event that will be happening this Friday on Friday Night Live, and we'll be showing off those beautiful pendants. And a lot of them are one of a kind. Actually, I might fill one up with rainbow beads. One of the fairy jars, they unscrew. Let me take one over. Try it out. So we had gotten these beautiful, cool jars and glass jars, and you can fill them with all your little treasures and trinkets. And I just love these. I think I wanna fill it with some crystals in there. So have a good day, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks so much.